Today we're putting front bumpers on the 63.
So we're at the movies, huh?
Yep, we're at the movies. If you saw in an earlier video, we put the back bumpers on the 63 and I showed you that I do have a set of front bumpers that were off of my dad's car that we had re-chromed. So now it's time to put the front ones on. I just kind of wanted to leave the front ones off because it looks really cool without them, with the grille showing, and it just looks neat, especially the way they looked in the 70s when people would take them off. But it's definitely time to put them on because it's almost time for Corvettes at Carlisle. We have less than a month till that happens, so want to put the bumpers on. So we're going to start off by putting on the lower brackets and put the brackets on the side. We will have to drill a hole on this side, so I'm probably going to start with the driver's side and probably take some measurements to figure out where that hole is going to land on that side. And then I'll probably use this bumper, the center bar, to help line that one up, make sure everything's level. And then this should be good to go. So hopefully this goes better than the back one. The back ones turned out awesome, but it was just a little bit of a bear. It took a long time with the valance and the back exhaust. We should have more room up here, so it should be good. Other than that, for the exterior, we just need windshield trim and the windshield wipers. Inside, just need the quarter trim and the kick panels. Under the hood, it just needs ignition shielding. Other than that, the car's 100% visually done. We just need to dial in some more mechanics. So let's get to work. So I have my front bumper braces laid out. These bumper braces are the same, 63 to 67. These are the center supports that go on the front cross member. This style is 63 and 4, where it has this hoop, this little bend here, but 63 bumper brackets are thicker. And the same as with these are also thicker. So these are laid out the way they go on the car. This bracket line up just like that, and then this flat should line up with the contour of the body. So I have a bolt kit here. It's pretty easy. It came just in one box, and when I got it, I like to separate it out into each individual piece that are all the same. All my flat washers, lock washers, etc. So it comes with these two bolts, which are used in these locations on both of these brackets. These bolts, along with flat washer and lock washer, will be used in the front bar that goes in the middle. These ones will go through here, and they use these sleeves. That way it doesn't crush this or the bumper. And then these get used everywhere else with a combination of those. So it's pretty self-explanatory. And then if you run a front license plate bracket, it comes with bolts to mount that. So that's pretty easy, and it comes with a table to tell you how that all goes. And so there's our nice pretty picture, and it gives us our specifications for how level these are supposed to be. Before I get the bumpers out and unwrap them, I'm just going to mount up some of these brackets. That way we see how everything lines up. So I got the two bumper brackets that go in the center on loosely. Like I said, I want to make sure everything stays loose, that way we can adjust these bumpers around. But we got those on to start off with. Next I'm going to move on to the driver's side. Just wanted to show you the bolts. Like I said, this longer one goes in the one with play in here. This one has a nut in this plate. This one goes into the frame with a nut, and then the one in the back uses a nut from the kit. So now this guy is going to end up snaking through the hole here in the grill. I don't know if you can see back in there, but there's a little pocket that it slides through, and you can start to see some of the other holes there. So I think I'm just going to loosely attach this first. So I found it just easier to open the headlights a little bit to give me some more clearance to snake this bracket in, start the back bolt, get the front bolt in here, and then snake this bar in there. So let's do this side. Here's the front bumpers. Now let's go ahead and unwrap these things. So I unwrapped the bumpers, and this chrome looks really, really good. If you haven't seen already, check out the video where I installed the back bumpers, and you can get a good look at that and see where we got them done at Paul's Chrome. They did a really good job. So I think I'm going to start on the driver's side bumper since it already has a hole over here. Start to line it up and just see what happens, and then we'll work our way over. I may end up taking a template of this whole location just to make it easier to match it over there, to give me an idea where I need to drill my hole on the passenger side. So I ended up making a template from this side. I used the wheel opening for the back side. The top of this I used this body line as my reference. I just set it up against the car and traced out that hole. So then all you have to do is bring it over to the other side. It's the mirror image, so just flip it over, line it up with the wheel opening, the body line, obviously with two hands. Then you have a rough idea where that hole lands, and I used a socket to figure out the size of that. It ends up being about a 9/16 socket. So once I got that figured out, we're good to go. So I can put that bumper on and I won't lose its location. When I go to transfer it, I'll probably use a small drill bit and then maybe use a step drill bit to get that final hole size. So we've got the hole drilled on the passenger side. I just used a step drill bit to take it down, and I took it down to about the size of an 11/16 socket, about the outer diameter of that. And the center of the bumper bracket will line up with about the center of that hole. I may have to slot that one also, but we'll try this bumper and see. We made some adjustments down here, and I have my cheapo Harbor Freight angle finder. And this thing comes out to almost exactly 90 degrees straight up and down, or horizontal, so that's really good. And I tightened this guy down. So I just want to get this one up here, see if I need to make any adjustments in that bracket, and get that adjusted hopefully within about 90 degrees, and see if that center bar lines up, and then crank everything down. It should be ready to go. I may have to put a few rubber washers or a few washers to space things out to get the brackets to line up and be happy and be tightened where they are. So I decided to put the passenger bumper on because the driver's side was being a little finicky. So I bolted this one on and it went on perfectly. It lined up on the bottom. This bracket lines up, and I put my template over here and marked it with a little piece of tape, and that hole's going to line up really nice. It looks level. It just needs a little bit of adjustment because I left everything loose. This side, on the other hand, I noticed before we got it chromed that this was tweaked a little bit to the left, more than it should be, more than that one is. So what that's doing is it's pulling this bumper out. So I just attached this side and the bottom is in and it's not happy. So I took out one of the bolts back there for this lower support and kind of let it walk, and it moved over like 3/4 of a hole. So what I'm going to do is take off the bumper, take off this lower bracket, and just try to attach it here and on that side, and use the center bar to support it and to get it located properly. Because another issue is I can get this bar started in this one and I can get it started in this one, but not at the same time because this one's rotated down quite a bit, which you can see there. So I think the best course of action, what we care about the most, is these being level with this body line of the car, and we care about how far the stick out is from here to that lip. And then other than that, we can make everything else fit. So I think I'll get that, take that off, bolt that up, take that bracket off, then we'll probably have to open up some holes in either the bracket or a little bit on the frame. So the bumpers are on, and they both fit. They both fit really well, actually. I'm pleasantly surprised for how well this went at the end. This was definitely an uphill battle kind of the whole way, but it really worked. It really came together nicely at the end. A bunch of these, I mean, none of these brackets lined up perfectly with the bumper. Everything kind of had to be jostled around a little bit. I had to slot both brackets that go for the corners up and down. And the biggest struggle I had when everything was tight was getting the center bar in. They're nice and level the whole way across. They fit even against the body on both sides. The center bar fits good. Everything's level, pulled up. They're not raked up or down. It's pretty much perfect. The hardest part was probably a little bit of everything, actually, but just to get all the brackets to work together for each bumper, and then to get everything to work together. I just kind of worked each side individually, and then I had to take off these corner bolts on both sides, loosen everything up to squeeze the center bar, and it really didn't want to fit that well, so I wound down the bolts that are at an angle that go this way, and that pulled the bar in. And then I had to take off these corner bolts on both sides, loosen everything up to squeeze the center bar, and it really didn't want to fit that well, so I wound down the bolts that are at an angle that go this way, and that pulled the bar in. And then I had to take off these corner bolts on both sides, loosen everything up to squeeze the center bar, and it really didn't want to fit that well, so I wound down the bolts that are at an angle that go this way, to these bumpers so I could tighten it. And then from there, I just picked whichever side I liked the best, which was the driver's side. It was a little high, held down on it, tightened it, and then this side was a little low, so I held up on it, tightened it, and then tightened the center bar last. And then drew everything up nice. I just have to do a final check to make sure all the brackets are tight. If I need to add new washers, that way the brackets can sit up against the frame. Clean everything off because there's a lot of fingerprints because there's a lot of muscling around here. And then it's good to go. One good point is to make sure that you have your headlights open and you check your distance between here and the bottom of the headlight to make sure they open without interfering. And you also have to have this headlight open a little bit to get this middle bar in. So that was, I think on a 5 to 7 it may not be as big of an issue, but on a 63 and 4 the bar's a little thicker there, so it's a little tighter. But I'm happy with that. That's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check out the rest of my videos, and I appreciate everybody watching the video. This was a pretty good one. Installing the front bumpers, it was a pretty challenging project, similar to the back bumpers on the 63, but it was a rewarding process also. It's something that you pretty much have to do on every car, so it just feels good to get it done and to take a step back and look at it and to see you put the time into it, because some cars you can tell they don't put that detail in, so it makes a big difference. But like I said, I'm making a bunch of videos, catching up on my backlog, so I'll be posting some more videos this week, so check those out, and I'll catch you guys later.